Can we talk about how the Kane W actually knocks up Caedrel IRL? Please watch this. But there's also
all right, YouTube. So today we got ourselves Los Ratones' secret formula explained. This is by our boys, The Score Esports. Make sure y'all go give them a like and support the original video. Also, like and subscribe over here if y'all loving all the reactions and the vids. And don't forget to turn on notifications. Oh shoot! And of course, come over to the Twitch.
Mid-eyes on bounce! Mid-eyes on bounce!
Can't with this guy, man.
Arrow! Oh, big arrow from Crown E! Yes, Flash! Big snipe from the boy!
That's how you get a team. Okay, Los Ratones surfed NLC. They destroyed EMEA Masters. And there are still people out there who
I think they have a game.
Stream team.
Hold on a minute.
And there are still people out there who think
this is a stream team. Huh, they'd never hang in the LEC.
Brother, do I
have
clips for you?
Yes, they do. They would. Rewatch. React. Oh, so this is like a little... Oh, so they like react to clips and stuff. Okay, this is nice. This is new. I haven't seen this before. Is this a new type of segment they're doing?
I think that Los Ratones have been a professional grade roster since day one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down 3 things that I think show that they're...
Oh, it's like an analyzation type thing. I like this.
Tangible world-class experience. The second are some very hungry upstarts. And the third is Baus. Who's just a unicorn. We'll get to Baus.
Man, the fact that Baus himself is a factor is crazy, which isn't wrong. Like I said in the last video, he will prove himself right. He will be able to walk his walk and talk his talk, or walk his talk. He knows what he's doing, man. Come on.
So my inspiration for doing this video was basically this Just John tweet. For those who don't know, John is the coach of Nord Esports, which is one of the teams that Los Ratones played like ad nauseum over the course of NLC. And what he basically does is just sort of like break down these like really minute sort of built-in instincts that the players on Los Ratones have that like make the difference at this level of play, right? This like slightly below professional level of play.
This game, Los Ratones need to come from multiple different directions. You got people coming from here. This is not even a planned fight, and they're still doing it. People coming from here, Nemesis coming over from here perfectly, Baus coming over from here, beautiful. But this is the difference with like these super experienced players. Like they'll make these windows happen, and in ERLs, mostly we struggle with this kind of stuff. But that's why it's so OP to have people like Reckless or people like Santorin and Treats or those kind of people. I see what he's saying.
I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying.
You're going to find windows and you're going to execute comps that no one else can.
Because this team has experience, and I think people forget that. Let me show you this Nemesis play to really demonstrate what I'm talking about. So Nemesis is being ganked by the Blitzcrank here, right? He doesn't know Blitz here. He doesn't have a ward, right? He's walking down to the brush. Terrible timing. He's dead. You look at this, even Caedrel says it, he's dead.
I remember
now
this.
Watch what he does when the Sejuani comes to ult.
He should be dead here in the mid. Goes for the stun, doesn't reach, dodges out.
Now you think, what does that matter? Nemesis is dead no matter what. It matters.
Flash E, knock up, Q, R, it's good. Follow from Belias, nice, that's a 1-for-1.
I know this is like a really minor thing, but hear me out. E connects onto Syndra, right? Now, he stuns this Blitzcrank back, right? Sejuani Qs forward. Ult, she hides the animation from the ult in the queue. Nemesis still has the wherewithal to sidestep it, and what happens? The ult misses the Syndra. Because it misses the Syndra, it doesn't stun her. And because it doesn't stun her, it doesn't create the freezing field around her. So because the field doesn't activate around her, the flashing, dashing Rakan is able to come in, get the knock up, and this one's a bit of a stretch, but I think that Velia is actually able to queue in here and get the ultimate onto the Corki because there was no freezing field. And it makes this entire exchange possible. And bro, it does not end there because Nemesis had the series of his life in this tournament. Here's a great example also, same game, Flash comes out from the Blitzcrank, Hook comes, connects, right? Gets knocked up, goes back to his tower. Ashe is TPing home while this happens, right? As soon as Crowny gets in the fountain,
I remember this, the arrow
connects, Velia already knows that arrow is coming, and now they've turned a gank onto a kill on the Corki. In your head, you can justify yourself. You say like, oh, it's just these tiny little micro outplays. The problem is that when that happens like 20 times in a row, and then you lost a series, I was gonna say,
like they're saying, like is literally what the guy said. It's like it's small adjustments, micro plays, plays, the micro instincts. It's all this stuff, but it's happening over and over and over again. And these are people who have the experience in this practice where it's like, oh, they see it, they make it happen, and they keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Sometimes they low-key overforce it, true. But like also, even if they do overforce it, it's like, what are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Los Ratones. We're talking about League. We're talking about Cadro's professional League of Legends team. Because it's like, you'll see Baus doing some stuff, and then you'll see Velia doing stuff, and then there's callouts here and there. You don't think much of it, but then it all comes together eventually, and it's like, they've been doing this the entire time.
You start to look back and think, that's how you get a team diff. Now, we talked about Nemesis, we talked about Reckless, but there are players on this team who do not have nearly that level of experience, and they're the ones I want to talk about. Crowny and Velia, bro, over the last couple of months, these players are just...
Velia played his ass off. Velia played his ass off in EMEA Masters. Let me tell you, in the last video I showed the Protect the President play that it was mainly Velia moving in to protect Nemesis there. Like, Velia played his ass off on Viego. Oh my god, when I watched Velia play Viego, it was actually insane. Why the cutout? Oh, he couldn't be there. He couldn't be there. He couldn't get a visa to come to the event, so they had to bring a cutout to him. They had to bring him a cutout. So this is still so funny. This makes me laugh every time.
I have no words. And the best example of this is the game-winning Elder fight in game 1. Skarner makes his way over towards the pit right here, right? He gets into the pit. Immediately, there's the call that the Skarner has to be the focus, right?
He has to
now, what I
ult
want you
out.
to pay attention to here is the shot calling from Crowny. Crowny is playing Jhin. He knows the way to burst down this Elder is around the 4th shot. Crowny reloads.
Oh, I thought one of them had an emotional support cutout. No, that was him. No, it was him. He didn't get there. So they had to bring a cutout to rep him at the event.
He gets 1,
Yup.
2,
There's that one.
3, and he's holding 4th shot, but here's the problem. Now the Skarner has made his way into the pit.
Yep, and
the
the
drag
has
is
to
getting
ult out.
dangerously low. Crowny can't use the 4th shot because he's saving it until it gets down to 2k health because that was the shot call. Now the Skarner initiates onto the Viego, and Viego has no choice but to get out of the pit. Now we've got a 3.3k health Elder, no jungler in the f***ing pit, and their best hope at a smite is the 4th shot. Watch.
Yep.
Shield MF. We need the break.
Right there.
That is cinema.
They waited the entire time. Like, they waited it out. They waited it
Hope
out.
at a smite is the 4th shot.
Right?
Watch.
I ult MF.
I think, did Skarner even smite that? I don't think Skarner even smited that. Either Skarner didn't smite that or he hit the 4th shot at 2k and then Skarner smited, but he didn't have full smite. Because it looked like...
We need the break.
No, he force shot it at 1400. He force shot it at 1400. It hit 300. Velia went in and smited. And then they completely turned the fight.
That is cinema. That is absolute cinema. The
That was a
confidence
great
of
fight.
Crowny's shot calling is unparalleled here. And it's the fact that Velia makes the calm decision here. He has flash up. He also has a blast cone, and he opts to do neither. Also, shout out to Reckless for having the wherewithal to ult the ulting MF. So it doesn't peel down the drag, and they're able to come in and execute it. That's literally the game-winning play. They win all of game 1 off this team fight. Bro, can we just give a shout out to Velia? In 3 months, this guy basically went from a veritable unknown to not only a NLC and EMEA Masters winning jungler, but a jungler that
that's
could
true.
certifiably hang in the LEC. It's crazy. Everybody's talking about this quadra from Velia, and rightfully so,
Yeah,
but I want
no,
to highlight one part
he's
of
like
it.
one of the best outside the LEC. Like, not just in the stats from them winning the EMEA Masters. Like, people were talking about it. He is one of, like, he's going crazy. And he's honestly, I think he's the youngest on the team, too.
That was just like
He's
very
insane.
beyond his ears, bro. Nami gets torn down, has to flash over the wall. Nocturne ult comes in, kills Reckless, right? Now,
Right.
Velia immediately starts going on the Aurora.
Oh, right,
Velia
this.
hops out of the
Oh,
Aurora
right, the
ultimate,
Kindred
right?
play.
Has the wherewithal to wolf, chase her down, rolls into the bush and just absolutely deletes her. But this is the like little thing that's hard to notice. Nemesis eats so much damage from this fight, right? That when after Velia blows up the Aurora, he wants to keep the fight going. When Velia walks forward here with Nemet, he could come into this bush. He stops. He doesn't walk forward into this brush because he knows that one, Nemesis is not playing a CC heavy mid laner. He's not playing Syndra. He doesn't have burst stun. And Renekton is a 200 years champion who's going to absolutely 1v2 this fight. They don't have a lot of CC. So what he does is he backs off and he waits for Crowny and Baus to collapse in from the sides. And then he re-engages when the Renekton inevitably realizes, I have to get out of here. And then what happens?
Crowny goes forward. Double back for Baus in the back line. Crowny.
Just absolutely. It just goes crazy.
Kill for Velia. He's looking for the fence. He's running. Does he have the speed? The knockout. Velia doesn't get the fence. It's a quadra.
You can even hear on the comms how mad Velia is. He's so mad, dude. That play, that deserves a shout out. All right, last but not least, brother, there is so much that I could say about Baus. It's literally a whole other video. But what I will say is that if this tournament showed us anything, it's the trust that has taken shape. For starters, the trust that his teammates have in him. So this was the game when Baus picked Kayn.
Especially the trust is a big thing. Because Baus's gameplay, people didn't think they could like meld it into his playstyle. Meld his playstyle into professional. But it's also, you also got to think about, even if you do, you have to trust Baus's instincts on when he's dying for the wave, when he's going to proxy, when he's going to do this, when he's going to do that. Because the amount of trust they have in him, and like, even Baus himself, he'll sometimes be like, yeah, I'll be so behind in the game, it feels like I'm useless. Initially, it was the thing where he was like, I think he said he would just rather focus on another lane. He would rather just help the other people. He'd rather just keep farming because eventually he comes back if the game goes long enough and he just keeps his farm up. But then they started to come up with ways where it's like, if they keep diving Baus, even if he keeps up farm, if he's out the game, we're going to find a way for you to get back in the game. Because Baus is a heavy hitter almost every single time.
In top, I want you to listen to the comms in the draft.
I think I want to play... no.
It's a Kayn game.
Kangel calls it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Kayn or Renekton?
So he gives them like the Baus pick.
Oh yes, the Kayn game. Oh
pick.
my gosh.
And what does Reckless say?
I'm picking Kayn, okay?
Kayn.
I feel like Reckless
the
is such a
Kayn
cool
game
dude.
was so
I just want to get an ice cream
good.
with this guy. Just maybe hit up a Ferris wheel. And of course, what happens when he takes the Kayn? Brother, I can't.
The Kayn game was so good.
that's not that bad.
So as someone who plays a shit ton
And also for context, he was losing hard. Not hard, but he did get like already solo killed, I think, in the beginning of this. Or he already had died a couple times in the beginning of this. And the Gwen wasn't bunging initially. But then this
Gwen
is
jungle and top lane, I can tell you that it is a hard matchup for Kayn. This is a hard matchup for him. You can dodge his W super easily with Gwen's E, but watch how Baus plays this. Watch.
Wait, is he gonna start? He's gonna solo kill the Gwen. Flash W and then boom, knock up, shut down.
like, come on, man.
Can we talk about how the Kayn W actually knocks up Caedrel IRL? Please watch this.
Flash W and then.
But there's also just the trust that Baus has in himself. This is my favorite moment in maybe the history of Los Ratones.
Medjai's on Baus. Medjai's on
Oh yeah,
Baus.
Medjai. Bro, when this man went Medjai.
He's on me.
He's just playing Tank Cho'Gath with Unending Despair, Riftmaker, Warden's Mill, Symbiotic Souls, and then just Medjai's. He has a scaling AP item, and he's the main tank. But it doesn't matter. He's Cho'Gath. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's Baus, and he's Cho'Gath. It's insane. He has 11 sex. Medjai doesn't.
Guys, I think Caedrel needs a break. I'm gonna pull the curtain back for a second. If you had told me 3 months ago that I would one day be recording a video where Baus was in an EMEA Masters final that he was going to sweep on Cho'Gath building Mej, I would have told you that was created in a laboratory.
100%
sports video. I can't with this guy, man. And I know it seems like he's memeing, and he kind of is. But the reality is that this is what makes Baus Baus. This is what makes Los Ratones Los Ratones. This roster
the memeing
has
works, though.
had the ingredients
It
to be
works.
professional grade. Honestly, professional grade since day one. They have the experience, they have the hunger, they have the gumption, just that perfect combination of want and resource and ability, and it's not an accident, guys. This team is not a stream team. It's not just, well, they are, but
they're definitely.
and these are just a couple of the things
Hey, but
that
they're a
make
hungry
Los
stream team.
Ratones
They're a competitive one.
measurably sick.
Thanks for watching.
Man.
If you want more content like this, hit the sub button.
Yeah, nah, bro. Los Ratones, man. I might stay up one night and just random. If you see me streaming at 4 a.m., is because I'm watching a Los Ratones game. I might stream a Los Ratones game one day. Like, I might stream to watch a casual stream, to watch the NLC or EMEA stream. Maybe we'll do it for the final. I don't know. Did the cutout play? No, unfortunately, that's the one thing the cutout couldn't do. Velia did play, though. Velia did play. But he played his ass off in that final. It was great. Man, it was great. Go watch the Score Sports esports video if you want to see me review that Protect the President play from, I think it was game 3. Because they swept that one. They swept the EMEA Masters after that game 5. Like, after they lost, I think what they do, they lost the Carmine Corp. They lost the K Corp in that league, and then they went 5 games against somebody, and then they just swept the last 2 games. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? I was expecting a 5-game cinema final, and instead we got a 3-game cinema stomp. It was crazy, man. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Oh man, I personally think the cutout should get his own seat in that set. He did. They had him like sitting in the seat. They should have given him a headset. That would have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious, man. Oh my gosh. Anyway, bro, that would be Los Ratones' secret formula explained by the Score Esports. Make sure you go ahead, like the video. Check out the other Score Esports stuff. I will make a playlist for that stuff soon because we're reacting to them quite a bit now. And yeah, like and subscribe. Come to the Twitch. I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Kick the body once just to be sure. Oh yeah, that's a red dead deputy. Full clip with the red dead weaponry. Go chopper still over there next to me. Bullets beats out of they hit him with force. Boys ride with no bitch in the back of it. Yeehaw from the burn, I'm smacking it. Put the weed cigar when I'm packing it. Red shot. Hit him all you see is a red dot.